Hi guys, this is Sushant Kochar. Today we are going to talk about should you measure weight daily or how often you should measure your weight. Okay, so if you are going for fat loss, if you want to do fat loss, if your target is fat loss, I suggest that you measure your weight weekly or bi-weekly, maybe weekly 10 days, 14 days, 15 days. I suggest that you do it that way. If you do not want to do it that way, then what you can do is, if you want to measure your weight daily, then do it, measure your weight daily, then but take the average weight for the week to track your progress if you're progressing. So for example, you got your weight today as 70 and tomorrow as 71 on the weighing scale. Then for the 2 days the average is 70.5, 70 plus 71 divided by 2. So you do it for the 7 days. The weight of 7 days summed up divided by 7, you will get the average weekly weight. And then what you should do is, you should see if your average weekly weight is decreasing week by week. So in the 4th week your average, so let's say you have been doing fat loss for 4 weeks by now. So in the 4th week your average weekly weight should be lesser than the average weekly weight of the 1st week. Why I say that for fat loss it should be weekly or bi-weekly, because if you try to measure weight every day, they fluctuate a lot. A lot of times people get frustrated thinking that their weight has increased because yesterday it was measuring as 70 and today it is 71. So they just get frustrated and they quit the diet, or they start doubting the diet. Usually that is not the case. The weight has actually decreased, but on the scale it is showing as a weight gain. There are many reasons to it, which I have discussed in my previous video, where I told you about weight fluctuations reasons. So that's the reason I say that do not measure your weight daily. Measure it at least weekly or bi-weekly. If bi-weekly is testing your patience a lot, then measure it weekly, or maybe after 10 days or something like that. But if you measure it every 1 or 2 days, then you might get frustrated and you might start doubting your diet, thinking that you are actually gaining weight, when in reality you are losing weight. So that is what I suggest. For muscle gain, if you're targeting to gain muscles, get more muscular, which is mostly the case with boys or men, then I would suggest that you measure your weight bi-weekly or monthly. Although you can measure it weekly, daily as well. But for muscle gain, your body gains muscle at a very slow pace, at a very slow speed. So it does not make a lot of sense to measure weight every day. It doesn't make any sense to measure weight every day, unless until you are eating a lot. Then you can see changes every day. Even if you measure it every week, you might not see significant changes. Ideally, you would see about 100, 200 or 300 grams. You would want to see that much difference on while gaining muscle. But if you get a difference of, let's say, 700, you might get misguided. You might think that you have gained 700 grams of muscle, which might not be the case. And if you see, let's say, for some reason you saw 100 grams lesser than what you saw a week back, then you might get frustrated that you're actually losing weight instead of gaining muscle. So I suggest that be more patient while gaining muscle. Measure it bi-weekly or monthly. That is when you can expect to see a change of 500 to 1000 grams, half a kg to 1 kg, or maybe 1.5 kgs or maximum 2 kgs or something like that. That is what I suggest. And it doesn't make sense to measure it in a shorter period than a week. At most what you can do is measure it every week. And be patient. Don't get frustrated thinking that you are actually losing weight instead of gaining muscle and all that, because fluctuations are always there. be it fat loss, be it muscle gain. So, and in case you want to know more about the fluctuations reasons, you can check out my previous video, weight fluctuation on weighing scale. And if you like this video, please like it. If you have any comments, please comment down below. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.